Are private schools not equal to government schools in Andhra Pradesh? Why is the book burden heavier for private school children than in government school children? Why do some government school teachers choose private or corporate schools for their own children? Some intellectuals argue that students who studied in government institutions from classes 1 to 12 should be given weightage in government jobs. How fair and reasonable is this? If these questions have ever crossed your mind, stay with me until the very end of this video. Namaskar. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr.R.K. NAIDU'S Insights. I am Dr. R.K. Naidu, retired principal of SHGS Degree College, Guntakal. Friends, there is a growing perception among many people that in every mega parent-teacher meeting and every special review meeting of the Education Department, the vision of the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and the Honorable Minister for Education appears to be somewhat one-sided. Why do many people feel this way? The government often says that the government schools are being modernized with facilities better than those in private schools, and therefore parents should enroll their children in government schools. Of course, there is nothing wrong in strengthening government schools. It is certainly a welcome step and everyone should appreciate it. But what about the lakhs of children studying in private schools? Are they not citizens of this state? Do they not have any equal right to expect quality education and equal concern from their government? Here rises a fundamental question. Should the government try to direct people toward one particular education system, or should it work to improve the quality of education for every student irrespective of the type of school they attend? Every child in the state is the responsibility of the government. Whether the child studied in a government school or a private school or a corporate school, people must feel that in the eyes of the government, all children are equal. Another important issue that deserves attention is, why are some private schools imposing an excessive burden of books on young children who are still in the foundational stage of literacy? Many parents silently endure the pressure to purchase numerous additional books beyond the government syllabus, often under different attractive names, even when children have little understanding of them. Does this really improve educational quality, or does it crush childhood under the weight of books? According to the spirit of the National Education Policy and school bag guidelines, the weight carried by young children should be age appropriate and limited. Yet, we often see tiny children carrying bags that appear heavier than their own shoulders can comfortably bear. I am not saying that every private school is doing this, but wherever such unnecessary academic burden exists, parents expect the government to examine the matter and take appropriate action. According to the National Education Policy NEP 2020 and the guidelines on school bag, the weight of a child's school bag should be limited according to the child's age and class. Yet in many places, we still see small children carrying very heavy bags to school every day. Friends, if we look at countries such as Finland, Singapore, Estonia and Japan, which are recognized for having some of the best education systems in the world, one fact becomes clear. In many of these countries, formal schooling begins at a later age than in India. They do not believe that Simply increasing the number of textbooks produce better education. Homework and examination pressure are relatively low. Greater importance is given to cooperation rather than competition, creativity rather than rote memorization. The greatest lesson these countries teach us is a school does not become great because of its buildings. It becomes great because of great teachers. That is why the world's best education systems do not invest in buildings but in teachers. A competent teacher can transform the lives of thousands of students. In our state also, instead of dividing education into government, private, and corporate camps, we should pursue one common goal, that is quality education for every child. Andhra Pradesh has a large number of government schools and a large number of government teachers. Yet a substantial proportion of students study in private schools, which are fewer in number. This means that with fewer schools and fewer teachers, the private sector is educating a very large number of students. In such a situation, can the government provide seats in government schools for all students currently studying in private institutions? Under these circumstances, if special weightage in government jobs is granted based solely on having studied in government schools, then many poor and middle class students studying in private schools may actually suffer. Therefore, this issue should be examined not merely on the basis of school management, but on the basis of genuine economic and social backwardness of students. Friends, the government says that government schools have qualified teachers, excellent buildings, spacious playgrounds, digital classrooms, clicker devices, and technological facilities such as the LEAP app. Students receive financial support through schemes like Talliki Vandanam, free midday meals, uniforms, textbooks, and sports material. Yet, some teachers working in government schools choose to admit their own children to private or corporate schools. This question is not meant to blame anyone. They may have reasons of their own. Greater emphasis on English from the early stage, family circumstances, or other educational priorities, but a doubt remains in the minds of the public. If government schools are fully capable and effective, shouldn't the same confidence naturally be reflected among the teachers working in those schools as well? In such circumstances, what should the government do? While continuing to strengthen government schools, the government should also consider measures for teachers working in private schools based on qualifications and experience. A minimum salary framework should be established for private school teachers. For recognized low feed schools, the government may examine the possibility of depositing a portion of the teacher's salary directly into the teacher's bank account. This could function as a teacher support grant in the education sector, similar to input subsidies provided in agriculture. Just as government teachers receive certain protections, private school teachers too should be considered for free or low premium health insurance, accident insurance, provident fund implementation, and a minimum of pension or social security support after their retirement. Rather than creating competition between one education system and another education, the priority should be to improve quality across all schools. The objective should not be government versus private. The objective should be quality versus poor quality. Government sponsored training programs in digital education, STEM education, language teaching, and AI assisted pedagogy should be opened free of cost to private school teachers as well. This would improve their teaching quality and create better career and salary opportunities in the future. Friends, finally, I believe that a teacher who builds the future of the nation, whether in a government school or a private school, deserves equal respect and minimum economic security. If educational excellence is our goal, the growth of teachers in all sectors deserves our attention. That alone is true educational reform. That alone is the foundation for the future of the nation. Friends, I would love to hear your views on this important issue. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. For more analytical videos on issues of public importance, subscribe to Dr. R.K. Naidu's Insights. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Namaskar.